The idolization of public relationships. In
I'm gonna
the
say hop off that couple's dick.
Know your boundaries
Hop
and
off
know
that couple's dick.
Yes, we can. I said I wanna ride your nuts, cause I think you're the man.
I feel like people have been idolizing celebrities for a hot minute. Like,
welcome to and welcome back to HBCU, the show, the podcast. I'm one of your co-hosts, good rising good people, Bobby K here, and my co-host.
shame the dream. You already know what it is.
This man
And
about to
our,
head off the camera.
and our lovely editor, honorary guest.
Wale, my peoples, how y'all doing?
We good out here, bruh.
All right, so we're gonna get into this topic. The idolization of public relationships. I feel like all of these situations in their own individual way showcase the innate problem with people having this overt, like, not even support, it's beyond support, this overt, like, worshiping of public relationships, especially with celebrities and public figures, to where they look at them as like a measuring stick for what they should want in their own relationships. And yet, time and time again, as I just laid out examples, you see how shit falls apart. And yet it keeps happening over and over. So I just wanted to ask you guys about the idolization of public relationships and like your thought on it. And have you ever been someone that was like that once upon a time?
Have I been like somebody like that, or have I met somebody like that?
Both of them.
Ain't no way I've been like that. But anyway, I was gonna say, I feel like people have been idolizing celebrities for a hot minute. Like, since celebrities really became a thing, say like the 80s, nah, even before that. But I think now with the social media, they'd be like, oh, I feel so much more connected. Like they're showing us their houses, their closets, their shoes. I feel like I'm their friend. Like I feel like I'm part of the relationship.
You feel like you got their number?
Yeah, like you can message them on Instagram. You can see, oh, it's seen. Oh, they read my shit, right? While it's their
Hashi,
manager.
you felt you were part of the entanglement with August, with Jada?
Wow.
See, I say but I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about
I know.
objectively.
I'm just saying from the other people. I think they
Yeah,
felt the entanglement
facts.
as well.
Motherfuckers was
They felt like
entangled
they
like an
will.
ether cord. That's crazy.
They
Wow.
felt like they will, but I don't understand why people like idolize that, and they idolize the celebrity so much that they feel like, oh, if they break up with whoever they're with, I'm gonna do the same thing because they could do it. Why not? You know, hot girl summer, or I got so many other options. Blah blah blah. You know, I don't think that it's a realistic thing. Like they're human too. They're just normal human. They just got more money. That's it.
And more fame.
More fame, more money, and they're more in the public eye, right? They're not, most of them aren't like idols. They're not somebody that you look up to as a role model, or you should look up as a role model.
Wait, say that last part again, because that was a great point. Say that one more time. What you just said?
I said most of them aren't idols, and it's not somebody you should look up to. They're not role models. They're not looking to be role models for a lot of people. Maybe for people like in their lives, but not you. You just a random person that's supporting them.
Mm.
But Wale, what you got to say?
So I had made a similar post before, and someone said it's on top of the things you said, Hashim. People have this need to want to spice up their everyday life through peeking into the lives of others, especially these celebrities. So they have social media. But back before even like I'd say 2008, like, and before that, you didn't really see celebrities too often unless you're watching a movie or a show or the magazine. And now we have our smartphones. They feel significantly closer than they think they are,
Mm-hmm.
and they have this need to want to make it their own personal life. And the crazy thing is that I find is that they use these celebrities' lives to validate their own insecurities or beliefs. So, like you said, if a celebrity, let's say Meg Thee Stallion, breaks up with someone or Tiana Taylor, whatever, whoever, then they say, "Fuck all guys, hot girl, some of this, that, and third." You got all these women on their bullshit, or if you got all these rappers and shit, or even someone like I don't know, some male actor of high substance, he says, "Oh, I'm free balling. I'm just
Michael
partying
B.
with a bunch of
Jordan
women."
or Jonathan
Michael Jordan,
Majors.
Mike Tyson, this, that, and the third. Like they have some of them have their own opinions on marriages and shit too, and people will take that and run with it. They don't see any nuances, or they try to like modify it for what suits them. They say, "Oh, so and so said this, and my life is like not in the best of ways. But if this person, a celebrity, is having troubles, then yeah, I must follow them or some shit." So
It's
it's
like
a
the
very
blind. It's kind of like the blind leading the blind in a sense. Is
yes,
really
it's
like
a very
very.
scapegoatish like mentality.
It's scapegoatish and it's very sheepish because it's like you're not. It's like you're transferring your life and what your experiences are with theirs, and they're not the same at all. You guys are
And
not
can
in the same situations.
exactly. And can I say something too? What Hashim said about most of these celebrities are not idols. I can
Mm-hmm.
say that based on just some documentary videos or even on stage speeches, for admittedly enough, Denzel Washington, Morgan Freeman, and a handful of others, I can say, yeah, I look up to you because they have wisdom. You can see it in their work or how they present themselves, how they talk
Oh,
about a certain group of people.
I
I'm not
got you.
invested into their life. I'm more invested into the positive messages they provide. If they have something bad happen to them or they do something bad, I hope they learn from it. Growing up, when I was younger, I'd say, "Oh, so and so did this. That's crazy." I mean, for me, I was like, "That's crazy." Damn, a little disappointed, but at the same time, I'm like, "Oh, I forgot about it and I moved on." Other
Yeah,
people, they just harped on that shit.
I think it's more so they're professional. They act a certain way in public, right? Meanwhile, a lot of these other actors, athletes be wilding, going to parties. So certain people just act a certain way. They're like, all right, this person is actually like normal person. They're wise. They handle their business, and you don't hear anything bad about them, or there's
Exactly.
no drama surrounding them. So you're like, all right, cool. Like that's somebody that you obviously know they got something, their stuff together. You could look up to them, or even take some ideals that they have, and maybe it'll work out for you as well.
But the thing is, too, even with that, Hashim, it's like you don't know these people personally. So it's like a parasocial relationship where you think because the idea of who they are to you and what you see them as, it
Yeah,
means, oh, I need to take it and apply it to myself. But you don't know them or their relationship. Because people could show themselves in public and on social media and seem
yeah,
like, oh, they're happy and all this
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that, and they're not.
I
I
would
got.
go ahead, Hashim.
I was gonna say, I also think celebrities and all these people that have a large following and influence on social media show too much of their life now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to see the inside of your house. This how people. This how
But people want to be
started.
in, but yeah, like while I
Yeah,
say people want to be inside and see a
yeah.
tour of everything that they
But
have going on, their daily
but
routines, all this different type of stuff that is very like invasive in a way. It's like, why do you want to
but
see every part of them outside of what they do in terms of
they
entertainment?
they show it though. The celebrities show it, and this is why,
Because that's what they think that
unfortunately,
people want to see. They want
some
to
people
flex.
get killed though. Some people they're showing their location while they're there, and people just go there. It's bad. I don't think it's good. I don't think that part of society, social media is good. They didn't know their influence that they got, and people gonna
So
dislike.
I want to harp back on some both of y'all. Both of y'all kind of mentioned Meg Thee Stallion, and I kind of want to reference her a little bit too, because like she's been in a relationship with Party for a couple few years now, whatever. Partisan Fontaine, he's a rapper. If most people know him. So I wanted to reference Meg in a sense of like both of you guys mentioned her, and I think this kind of ties into the issue too, like her music, right? So anyone who's listening to Meg Thee Stallion, she has very suggestive sexual music, right? She talks about twerk. She's twerking all the time. She's talking about her poom poom, every other lyric, and all this, that, and the third, right? Cool. I think there's a lot of women who I feel like a younger woman who hear that and see that and think, oh, I'm gonna adopt that hot girl summer type of attitude, hot, you know what I'm saying, type shit. And it's cool in the sense of it being fun and entertaining, but the problem is people didn't try to adopt like, oh, I'm gonna ignore the idea of being with a guy or being in a relationship with someone serious who could be my type because I'm trying to, be on Meg shit. Meanwhile, someone like Megan or someone else that they idolize, like a Beyonce or whoever who has this independency in public or whatever, or in their music, they're in relationships or they're married. So I don't understand where the disconnect comes in, where they don't realize that, yet they follow them so like immersely to the point where they try to do the exact same thing as if they're them. Like, it doesn't make sense to me.
The things I'm gonna say is that, Bobby. So one, it kind of goes back to we don't know their entire life, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in the case of when I said Denzel, right, he bestows wisdom. I don't know what he could be doing. God forbid there's some people who you think they're great, but then they have something in the background, like part of some sex trafficking ring or some bullshit. God forbid Denzel's part of any of that nonsense. But in any case, it's the case of they don't take what that just that person says. They take what they say and do and try to run with like everything. They embody everything. They don't take the message. They just take the person as well as the message. Maybe just the person himself. So with Meg, they don't take the fun. They say they take the fun, but they take the entire mentality with it. They can't separate the two. I can separate what a lot of these celebrities say because, like, oh yeah, what you said makes sense. It's actually okay. That makes sense. Or you say something that doesn't make sense. I'm like, oh, I don't know why you're talking right now. Get out of my face. I'm not really gonna listen to you. They can't make that distinction.
You real quick? So I'm let you keep going, but yeah. So you know how people usually mention like separate the art from the artist.
Yes.
And usually they're discussing how an artist or someone behind, like not just music artists, but like anybody who does entertainment or something, artists, how that person could be kind of a shitty person or just have like a horrible history or whatever, but you still appreciate the art form, right?
Yeah.
That's usually the context. Do you think, based on what you just said, that's also another context of separating the art from the artist? Like, yeah, this as them as an artist, this is how they are in terms of like being maybe more suggestive, or because I think people also take their suggestiveness, like if someone is very like sexual, they take it and they try to weaponize it too, and give it a reason to like, oh, since this person has these type of lyrics or these type of like image, if I go up to them, I can slap them on the ass, or I can try to harass them, or whatever the case.
Yeah, there's no
art and artists too.
Yeah, there's a separation that needs to be done in this case, and again, many people don't do that.
I was gonna say that for the case of Meg Thee Stallion, they definitely took whatever section they wanted to do, like the hot girl summer. Section. I was like, I bet we're running with this, bro. We're running with this. Same thing with Fuck Boys and Future. We're running with this, boy. We're running with this.
It's the wave.
And the devil advocate, I will say for ladies that for the longest time, guys, we've had all these rappers from Redman, Method Man, all the way down to Lil Baby and all this shit, saying all this provocative stuff, and we be running with it. Sadly. And that reminds me. So real quick, I'm sorry, Hashim, I'll get back to you, but the next thing is, because we're so much a little teeny bit close to these celebrities, when say Will, for example, messes up, guess what happens? People are running to the comment section and clowning them however they can. I mean, the odds of these celebrities talking to you is slim to none. But if they do, it's like, oh yeah, I got my 5 seconds of fame. I could talk shit to the celebrity, or if it's something good, I'm like, oh yeah, they like my post. That interaction. So that's where this whole, I'd say, this misunderstanding of reality and fantasy when it comes to celebrity life comes into play. But Hashim, go ahead. City girl life, all that shit.
Yeah, I was saying they just run with it. Meanwhile, same thing what Bobby was saying. They could have a normal life. They have boyfriends. Even Meg Thee Stallion is like, yeah, you can have hot girl summer, but you could also be in a relationship At the
Mm-hmm.
same time, like hot girl summer doesn't mean you're wilding out doing like fucking everybody type stuff. You know, you can still have fun and still be in a relationship. Future ain't say nothing. So I I ain't nothing to back up Future's. We just took anything Future says in his music and like, I bet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but do we really know
Believe that.
Future like personally though, like that? Like he doesn't
No,
really
but this man has like
everything about him
6
just
baby
seems like
mamas.
a image. Like it just seems like it's a facade in a
As
sense.
Yeah,
far as we know,
I
it could be how he actually operates or not.
It
The
could.
problem is, unlike him and Meg said something against this image she posted, saying, "Oh, you don't have to
yeah.
do this." Even the city girls are like, "I don't want my daughter to be city girl," and I was like, "Oh, that's crazy."
So how to like go in a little diagonal direction? How do you guys feel about the whole Will and Jada situation?
Bob, you go first.
In general, or just the latest chapter? Because I feel like we have like a whole novel book on these
But
two.
this
I
book
don't
is
even,
forever.
huh?
This book is forever. You can say
Yeah.
just the latest chapter. Latest chapter.
Okay, so
Bro, we got a soundtrack with this book, Entanglement with August. Entanglement, Entanglement.
Crazy.
double platinum. I think that so there's two ways to look at it. One way is what you see. From what I see, I think Jada is extremely manipulative. I think she is very narcissistic, and I think she likes attention because the idea of you constantly over and over, whether it's red table talk, whether it's interviews, whether it's this thing and that thing, you're constantly mentioning Tupac, who we know you had a close relationship with, a close friendship with, a bond with, that is well documented, but you keep mentioning him over and over and over again. A man that apparently you said try to propose to you and whatever the case may be, but you declined it, but you keep mentioning it as if you secretly still always wanted to be with him, even all this time after he passed. And then on top of that, you're mentioning all this stuff with Will about you guys being separated for since 2016, and mentioning how you guys have doing all this open relationship, open marriage stuff. It's just constantly her acting like she is aware of herself and aware of her flaws, but never actually fixing it, and just putting Will out there in the spotlight as if either he's like a simp or he doesn't have any like cojones when it comes to like challenging her or whatever the case may be. I don't know if it's an envious thing secretly that where she always wanted to have the same level as attention as Will does, or if Will emotionally gave her too much rope to feel as though she can continuously do this stuff because he's such a loving person to her or whatever. I think there's culpability on both parts, but I think the Will and Jada love, like Cole mentioned,
That's not even a lyric no more, bro.
exactly. But that's what I'm saying. The second way you could look at it though is maybe this can all be part of a publicity thing, which again is always a possibility because you don't know these people in real life. This all could be all have just led to her putting out books, is giving them more revenue streams, is giving them more attention, right? Good publicity is great publicity, right? Or any publicity is good publicity, right? So for me, I'm just kind of over it. I've been over this chapter and all the stuff between them two and their family. It's a prime example of why you shouldn't idolize these figures to me personally. But Wale, I'm gonna let you rock.
I'm gonna say because I remember seeing a video on Abba Preach saying a lot of us black men growing up, we see Will from Fresh Prince, from I Am Legend to Men in Black, Bad Boys. We're like, Will's the man. You feel me? So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like in some aspects, it's a little shocking and disappointing, but at the same time, it's like I know better now to like, okay, Will, you gotta take responsibility of your home. It's right now it's a mess. Do your job, my man. Like I have
Been there.
enough respect for you to say, do your job as a father, husband, all that. Fix your shit. Fix your shit. Because now the image, the mirrors, the curtains are rising. Now we're seeing your whole mess, the good and bad. He definitely separated for this long, and you went on stage and slapped another black man? Come on, son.
Wait, do y'all think Jada was lying about that?
I don't. That's why I'm saying I don't know
Lying about
anything
what?
that Jada says.
About them being separated.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. Let's ask Hashim's question first. Because then I have a question for y'all after this. But yeah, you go on and slap a black man on stage. To this, that, and third. Don't talk. Keep my wife's name out your mouth. But all this is coming about. It's something. It's something that I don't know. Will's in a bad place, dark place. He apologized, but there's something he needs to fix. That's him. That's him. Jada, if this is a publicity stunt, I'm just gonna say you are a very or Will too. Both of y'all, if it's a publicity on the whole family, y'all are shallow. I'm not gonna lie. Like all this for what? I don't know. All this for what? And also, like you, girl, fix your shit too. Like I don't know. You had children with this man, yet you're talking about Tupac nonstop, coming out with a book, talking about you had a whole background thing with your son's best friend. Like, what are you doing?
Crazy.
Facts. August was
Think about your
literally
children. Think about your
bodies
kids too. Like, come on. Like, what is it?
Where's your mom's at?
Nigga, where your mom at, nigga?
For in real
mom's at?
But it's a matter of just I am over it too, because I just think about a time. Anytime I see Bad Boys, all these good movies, I'm like, damn, what the hell happened? I guess it's a movie and they do their stuff, but at the same time, they were in a better place. I didn't have to worry about all this drama and shit. Like, just I'm over it too, bro. I can't say I can look at Will, especially Jada, the same, but I'm over it. They gotta just get it together and move on with their lives.
or just keep it private at this point.
Yeah, I think everything. We don't need all this information. Is unnecessary. Why Jada come? Your show got canceled. Why you coming back and say, you know what? We've been separated since 2016. Get my new book. Will, bro, it's every time that they become she becomes like we're not thinking about her, right? She comes and says something wild to disrespect Will.
Go back trending.
Yes. And it's like, bro, that's so unnecessary. You talk about Tupac so much, your daughter writing letters to him. She ain't never met him. Why?
Because she wanted him to be their stepfather.
Apparently. I really wish Tupac was here to be alive, to be like, no, leave me alone, please.
This man is never going to rest in peace, is he? Just never.
Not with Jada.
Between the Cuba rumors and Jada, he's just never going to rest in peace. I'm convinced.
Maybe that's why he went into hiding, man. Because of Jada.
Oh, wow.
He had to escape.
This man prison break everybody just to escape. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. That's different. That's big different.
Yep.
What was your question, Hashi?
I don't even know. Jada wild. It get red table talk talking about you had an entanglement with your son's friend. You like 50 years old. Why?
Not even like mentor or something.
They brought into the house somewhere he could be safe, right?
But the worst part about that is the fact that and I know this turned into Jada and Will, but it's still the larger scope of everything, the topic. But the fact that August was in a place where he was mentally not in the right frame of mind, he was depressed. She basically groomed him. If you look at it, like if this was a roles reversal, I know Wale always like to do the roles reverse. Imagine a older man with more money, more power, more influence, who's taken a younger woman in who's in their early mid-20s, who has mental issues, who has emotional issues, and not in the right frame of mind. And
I open up.
And like, how crazy is that going to be? That's going to look insane because it's going to look like grooming, which is basically what she did to him. So, but that's what I'm saying. That whole situation, all these chapters and all these different things, even Tiana Taylor and Iman Shumpert, another perfect example. Black Love. Oh my God, they're so relatable. They have a reality TV show together. Iman was in the NBA. Tiana's a great musician and all this other stuff. People love her music. They identified with them so much. So then the news breaks about them separating but still being cordial, and people look at that as sideways, like, wait, you separated, but y'all still cordial? Because people are so used to in their own mind, a breakup having to be, oh well, if we broken up, it's fuck this person. Yeah. It's like everyone doesn't operate like that. Why are you attributing their marriage and relationship to what your experience is? Yeah, that makes no sense.
I feel like it's different because they also, all those people have kids, so it's more beneficial if you have like good co-parenting, and you know you had your differences, but that shouldn't affect your child's relationship with either one of you guys. So that's why they're more cordial, and you should mind your own business and not care regardless. Live your life.
I think that should be the disclaimer of this entire topic is mind your own goddamn business, which people have a hard time doing, especially with celebrity relationships. Like even the rumors of Naomi and Corday. I don't know if you guys are familiar with them. Are you guys familiar with them?
I'm familiar with them. I didn't know they were broken up or anything.
It's speculation because we're not here to spread rumors, but it's speculative, I guess, based on Naomi's tweets or whatever. I follow both of them, but they just had a child together. And so if they're not broken up with, why are people so entrenched in trying to figure out if they are? Like they just they're trying to co-parent as is, and people are gonna put a bombshell over them. Whether it's true or not doesn't really matter. Again, the invasiveness. Why are you trying to be inside of the scope and be inside of the maze of if they're together or not?
You know what's funny, Bobby, that you asked that question? It kind of brings me back to the whole Chris Brown Rihanna thing. First on two things. People, especially like guys, for example, when Rihanna was pregnant, you was like, damn, it should have been me, not him.
It should have been me, not him. It's not fair.
Like, it's like one of those things where it's like,
brother, you never had a chance.
It's like, damn it. It's like, fuck. And the other thing is, Chris Brown, that whole Rihanna situation with the physical confrontation, abuse, and all that. Years later, I still find it funny to me how people associate with Chris Brown or like him, this, that, and third, celebrate him, represent. I'm like not gonna condemn that action against him. I hope he learned from it, but at the same time, it's like people kind of forgot or they'll joke about it. And I want your thoughts on what y'all think of that. Like something bad, because this celebrity did something bad, and people kind of just throw it under the rug. So it's like very, very pick and choosy. Like they do one bad thing, they condemn them for the rest of their life, or depending on what it is, then they do something else, or someone does something other action, and it kind of like sweep it under the rug. Like I'm seeing Chris Brown dancing with that Tyler, what's her name? The new song Water. I think
Tyler.
Yeah, she's fine by the way. But anyways, like she was dancing.
South African.
Huh? South African. I heard of voice. I was like, oh Lord, it's sister.
Sister.
Anyways.
Asheen, go ahead. I'll let you answer that first.
It's just like it's weird to me. What are your thoughts?
So at least for the Chris Brown thing, he still has some haters. He still has some people that remember. I also think it's such a new generation. Like he's been making music for however long. It's like, oh yeah, he was young. He didn't know what was happening. There's a toxic relationship, and since so many people been in a toxic relationship, they were like, I can understand. Like it's okay. Like they really
what do y'all think? How do y'all feel about Chris Brown?
I like his music.
About him,
I very, very good at separating the artist from the art.
But what do you think about him as like personally, like in terms of his character?
I do not care. He's a good dancer, but I don't care about. I'm never gonna meet the man. I'm not his friend.
But what? Okay, so really, Wale, I'm gonna answer your question. But so I think what Wale's trying to ask is like, so like, okay, you separate the art from the artist, right? At what point, especially if they do something like domestic violence towards their partner, for example, right? At what point do you have to separate yourself from the art itself because this person is such a piece? Like, you're telling me you could just enjoy anybody regardless of how they are, especially
It's hard to enjoy R. Kelly. Who the hell here is repping R. Kelly's music now? Sometimes when
Nobody, but
it's still in Black barbecues for some
Step in the
reason.
Name of Love. He has classic. Bounce with me. Come on.
But at a certain point, though, don't you feel weird in ingratiating yourself with the entertainment of someone who's shown themselves to do something so heinous or multiple things that's heinous? Like, I'm just asking,
bro, that once the art been out, it's already been out. Like if he released something now after, I ain't listening to, right?
Well, Chris Brown, this is years later. The Rihanna situation was like in 08, 09. But you still listen to Chris Brown.
Well, I'm talking about R. Kelly. I still listen to Chris Brown. I'm not like a super fan or like any of these people besides Michael Jackson, because that's Michael Jackson. But the art different than the person.
I have a hard time agreeing with that. Just off, it's a case by case thing. It doesn't apply to everybody. Like, you can do something that's wrong morally or something and still redeem yourself if it seems like you've actually redeemed yourself. The problem with Chris Brown is from that Rihanna situation on, and even things he's done after with the Karuji situation and just the way he's behaved, and just especially with women specifically, he doesn't seem like he's redeemed himself at all. It just seems like he's always still has this type of like attitude or mentality to where he could do whatever the fuck he wants. And so that separates people from wanting to engage with his music and follow, because a lot of like engaging with someone's entertainment, especially nowadays, like you said, with social media, is following them, is seeing what they do. You know what I'm saying? That makes you feel more, invested. But how can I be invested in supporting someone, whether it's streaming their music, watching a movie, or buying a ticket to a show, if this is how they act and carry themselves publicly? This is not private. This is public stuff that he does. Or so it's hard for me to want to support someone like that. Especially someone who doesn't seem to have grown from any of these situations in public.
Music be bumping though.
I don't. Hashim, if y'all can't tell, he is very much in his own world sometimes.
Music be bumping, bro.
I don't know, Wale. I don't know, like, what you feel about him, but
I don't know. I just look at him with a very skewed lens. Like, I can still probably enjoy his newer stuff, but at the same time, I'm just like, people like fangirling, fanboying over him. I'm like, I hope y'all remember what he did, son. Sometimes, and I don't delve deep into what he does on like outside of music to like, oh, fuck him, this, that, and third, or yeah, I support him. No, I just keep it to music. If I heard some shit, I'd be like, oh, I'm not surprised. Or it's like, damn.
Are you similar to Hashim, where you separate the art from the artist?
No, to an extent, like yes and no. So half, like, say R. Kelly, for example, I'm not gonna like at this point look up an oldie from him, like, even though the shit hit. I'm not gonna look it up. If it happens to play, it happens to play.
Yeah,
but I'm not gonna be, huh?
You have it on your playlist though.
I don't have it on my playlist.
He's saying if he's at a party or a barbecue.
Yeah, because in Jamaica they were blasting R. Kelly. They ain't give a fuck. But
I don't know why black barbecues and they still do it. I
don't know either. But in any case, if that happens, sure, I'm not gonna go out of my way. But it does come to a point where I'm like, yeah, I don't want to be reminded of you. Just get off my sound plane, please. Get out of my frequency. Yeah, that's where I'm at. So Chris Brown, like, I'll enjoy what he puts out, but I'm not gonna actively follow him, look up for his stuff, follow social media, this, that, and the third. If I happen to see him involved with someone, like he was dancing with Tyler, all right, that was nice.
Tyler.
You're there for Tyler.
There we go.
This man keeps saying Tyler.
Tyler, yeah.
I completely agree with the last couple sentences you were saying, Wale. As my final thoughts, it's easy to separate the music from the artist, man. I listen to Chris Brown old stuff. I listen to his new stuff.
It's not easy for everybody.
But and then time has gone on so long, people start making memes.
So my question for y'all
But
is:
does that
at what
justify
point?
what he? But that just because people made memes, does that justify?
Absolutely not.
Okay,
But I
so
feel like since both of them have moved on and have like normal lives now in the
mhm.
public eye, I
You should let
think
it go.
that's why it's more acceptable.
Mhm.
As for the R. Kelly thing, that was wild. It ain't acceptable at any point.
I mean, I don't think DV is acceptable either.
What?
I don't think domestic violence is acceptable either.
No, but I think they squashed their beef, and she said she did some stuff, and obviously we seen what he did.
Mhm.
Um, so it I
See,
think
that's another thing. So I will say it's also a case of like, again, we don't know we don't know their lives. We just saw
Mhm.
what we could see. We don't know
Mhm.
what Rihanna did. She's probably not no saint either in that whole thing.
We heard stories about the fact that she was the one that was provoking him, that she was hitting him. So she was culpable
Yeah,
to a certain
exactly.
degree in the situation. Not as
Yeah.
much as Chris, but yes, she was responsible, accountable to it.
So, so my question to y'all does this rewind it back to the Will situation and kind of the generalization. At what point did y'all feel that you had to really like, I should say your innocence on celebrities was destroyed. I want to say destroyed. Just like it was put to rest if you had it.
That's a good
I,
question.
I never had like a idolization.
You
I
a
feel like
fucking lie. You telling me you never had a celebrity crush or somebody that you was like into like that to where like you was really like, you know what I'm saying?
I wasn't following everything they did and like every action they did. Like I could say I was a fan of like Kobe and stuff like them. I think that would probably be the only one as of right now. Like Kobe dying, I was like, damn, that was
I'm about to say, because
really
didn't you say you cried
really
when
sad,
Kobe passed?
huh?
Didn't you say you cried when Kobe passed? Especially you're a
Nah,
Lakers fan.
I think I was tearing up, but I was like, damn, that really like hit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then like obviously if like Denzel and other like large staples in like the black community or actors or that'll have more effect. But I don't think I've ever been like so involved in like a celebrity's life that I'd be like, oh yeah, damn, they wild out. Nah, I'd be like, wow, that's crazy. Why they do that? Probably make a joke about it. But
I think it's easy. I to a certain degree I respect what Hashim is saying, even though I don't necessarily agree with it, because I think for him and people like him, they can easily separate like social media and their engagement with like someone that they don't really know like that compared to their actual bubble. So Hashim is able to live within a bubble. I'm not saying this is a negative thing, but you're able to kind of like live within a bubble to where like you can focus mainly on the relationships of people that you know and have been around and what they're doing compared to people that you see or hear from on social media or people that you see and hear and follow who are public figures, especially with their relationships. So to a certain degree, that is commendable. For me, it is sometimes harder to do. Okay, here you go. Okay, you want to take a bow?
I think
Okay.
part two kind.
For me though, I don't necessarily subscribe to that completely. I do think to a certain degree, you just have to like kind of let stuff be what it is. I don't go digging for the stuff that I see, but if I see something that someone says or does that, especially like or a couple that does something that's weird, like if there was a couple, for example, that had their child have strippers for their 13th birthday or something, I'm gonna look at them crazy.
Just so is the police.
I'm telling you, that's what I'm saying. I can't separate them, even though I can appreciate what they do. I can't separate that and still support them if they wilding or doing stuff like that. So for me, it's just like I'm a very much character individual. So I think once I became a teenager, to answer your question, Wale, is when I started to kind of like grow out of that phase of idolizing. I think I've started to appreciate. I still appreciate like artists, my favorite actors, my favorite films, or whatever. But I also started to realize that they are going to do the best thing for them, whether it's financially, whether it's publicity, PR, whatever the case may be. They're going to do what's best for their career and their life. Most of them don't give a fuck about none of us people who are not public figures. So why should I, to the degree of investing all of my like life resources or like attention to them outside of what they do for entertainment purposes? So I think having that distinction is healthy and necessary. And some people have a very hard time doing that, especially when they've been idolizing motherfuckers since they were kids. Because a lot of them also see them as their form of mother or father figures.
Mm-hmm.
And that, you know what I'm saying? That, especially if you've had parents that separated or divorced, so, or passed. So I also wanted to ask, as the last part of this discussion, I said public figures. So obviously, yes, we're talking about public relationships or public figure relationships, but also, what do y'all feel about people? And we kind of mentioned this on a video a couple videos ago about people who kind of like third wheel or like idolize their friends' relationship or their friend's marriage and kind of get so involved and invested in that as if they are like another party in
I'm gonna say hop off that couple's dick.
Know your boundaries.
Hop off that couple's dick.
You know.
Yes, we can. I said I wanna ride your nuts, cause I think you're the man. Dick riding.
And don't let it intrude your own shit. Because I've seen people in their relationships, either the girl or the guy, whoever, they come back, you hear them complain about, oh, so-and-so wants this, and this, because they look on their friend's social media. I'm like, damn, I feel for you. I really feel for you, because so-and-so's friends doing this, that, and third. I'm like, mind your damn business. Hop off other people's dick.
Like, back up! Back up! Mind your business, that's all. Mind your business.
All right. Hop on one dick at a time, or the dude serving one up at the one time. Stop. Just stop it. I'm sorry. This is not even a rage moment. This is just me being blunt. All right.
I'm saying you said
just stop it. Stop third wheeling. Mind your business. There's so much more important things and fun things you can do in your life than backpedal on someone else's relationship. It's not. Don't do it.
even if they're lonely though.
Go find a hobby. Go to the city. Don't do it.
The city.
Don't do it. Don't do it. It is David behavior. Do not want it.
Yeah, don't do it. I ain't gonna say as blunt as him, but know the boundaries.
How would y'all feel? So how would y'all feel or react? Right? You get to test this too. If you're in a relationship with your partner and you have a friend, a mutual friend, it could be friends of both you and your partner, or just you, or just them, and they are constantly around. Every time y'all want to go out, they want to go out. Or every time, you know what I'm saying, y'all having a party or doing your own thing, they want to be involved. How would y'all react to that?
First, I'm gonna ask them. Oh, go ahead, Ashim.
Like, yo, this is up. You're not part of this relationship. Just there's gonna be events where you're able to come, like we're just chilling. But obviously, if it's a date night, you're not gonna be there.
They can't be a group. It can't be a group date.
No, you could go to the same restaurant by yourself, far away, but not.
Damn, on the other side of the restaurant.
Go ahead, Wally. Yeah.
So I'm gonna say, unless your ass is trying to find some person in this event, just stay away. All right, there's a limit. Oh, it's something maybe once in a while, sure, but every damn time, no. There's a problem now. There's a problem. If I ask you or so like, oh yeah, okay, fine, you can pull up. But if this is a plan with me and my girl, you got to see your way out somewhere. Go somewhere. There's literally go to this whatever event's going on. Go somewhere. Travel, for fuck's sake.
People be so afraid to be by themselves that they try to latch on to whatever relationship that they see that's closest to them. And I personally would not be okay with third wheeling.
Listen, people who third wheel, listen, you're not getting a part of the sex. You're not getting a part of the real happiness of that relationship because it's not your
camera people, bro.
You are.
They could give them tips like, yeah. Do angle it like that, you know.
How do they know what I like though?
They could be coaching.
How do they know what I like? I could like to do whatever the hell I like to do.
They're just giving suggestions.
I would say just find your own path. Okay? Not saying cut ties or shit. There's a limit to everything. Just find your own path.
Cut that camera off.
Oh, you want them to join. Excuse me.
Wow.
Find your own path. That's it. Just find your own path.
Find your own path.
That's the timing you be on, Hashim?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, listen, I get loneliness is a very, very strong thing. Trust me, I fully understand that. That being said, you trying to latch on to a relationship of your homie or even someone's parents or whatever, you do not know their relationship. You don't. You just see them when it's convenient. You're not around them. Exactly. You don't talk to them together every day. You don't hang out with them when they go out or when they're intimate, when they're in the bed together, sleeping together, doing all this, that, and the third, hanging out with each other's families, whatever the case may be. You're not around them enough to know what their relationship is like. Their relationship could be miserable behind closed doors. And you would not know unless they told you or unless they broke up after the fact. So don't be that person, because I wouldn't feel comfortable doing that personally. I would just feel weird, honestly. Like, why am I on both of y'all meet at the same time and I'm not even getting no benefit? That's kind of, oh, okay, here you go. I meant figuratively.
You saying both of y'all meet without getting any benefit? Whoa.
I meant figuratively. Okay. Wrap this up. Let's wrap this up. Wrap this up.
I got nothing else to say. I would actually no. I'll say this is the second to last time I say this shit. Fellas and ladies first. Stop dating niggas. All right? Date men. And men, stop dating bitches. First off, stop this thing like just attaching that name, role, whatever. All right? Stop downplaying a generalization of people. All right? It's demeaning. All right? Because at the same time, your mother's a bitch and your dad's a nigga then, if that's the case. So stop it. Date men, women, and men date women. Stop this fuckery.
Hey, they try and be like Diddy and Carisha. You know what I'm saying?
That was the rage moment, by the way. Hashim, you got the edit of this fucking video. Anyways.
With pleasure.
I'm done. Done.
You sure?
He's not.
Yeah. No. I'm done.
I don't got anything more to say. Bobby, you could wrap it up.
All right. So let us know in the comments or in the poll, how do you feel about the idolization of public relationships? Do you do it? Do you have a problem with it? Do you think it's okay? And do you do it in your own personal life? Or have you experienced someone do it to you in your personal life? Let us know in the comment section. Thank you, though, for watching another episode with us. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe, and share the video if you feel compelled to. We're going to have shorts for it. We're going to have all the stuff that we do. More Prove It or Lose This is coming. More confessionals is coming. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be a special guest, let us know. Follow us on Instagram, HBCU3. Follow us on TikTok, the HBCU podcast. On our Instagram, we got individual socials. If you want to follow us individually, go ahead and do that.
If you have a point you want to debate on us with, individually or as a group, please, by all means, make my motherfucking day.
Oh,
but anyways, go ahead.
Oh, he on demon timing. Okay. Hashim, you was gonna say something?
Nah, I said it sounded like a threat. That's it.
Hey, FBI agents is watching him, but hey, that ain't got nothing to do with me. I don't know him. Anyway, if you want to be a special guest, please DM us individually or our Instagram. And on that note, we out of here. Peace.